Hello, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I will be doing another top 10 list, and this top 10 is going to be talking about the stadium super trucks and the crazy crashes they've had over the years. I've made a part 1 just a couple of months ago, and that's like my second most popular video on the channel, so I guess thank you guys so much for all your support. And even Mr. Bill Hines, who's a stadium super truck driver, even noticed it with his the Thrillcast YouTube channel. So I really appreciate all the love and support I've gotten from that video, but I will take some suggestions, not suggestions, but some ways to improve a little bit on the video. So I guess this is the only dialogue you'll ever hear from me, but yeah, so we're gonna be looking at these crashes, and so far we're gonna be looking at all of them from 2013 all the way to the 2024 Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach. So if you don't see any of these later on, like if you watch this video later on and you see another huge crash, they'll be yelling at me that I didn't include it because I probably made it a long time ago. So enough talking, and let's get to the top 10.
They get through turn 3, nice and
Oh,
slow.
no! That's Morris, who's upside down. In the same corner, we saw Hoffman eating the tyre barrier earlier in the race.
Turn 3 again. We saw just, I think, a lap prior, maybe 2 laps ago, Morris out braking himself a little bit there. Now this time he's up into the tire walls. Turn 3, we've had some trouble here, not just with this class, but all the classes, getting into the tire wall here. And so we're going to get a big look at it. We've seen the dude had a little trouble earlier on, and where is he? And all of a sudden, okay, boom.
Oh, wow.
Got into the tire walls. So they got upside down there. Luckily, it looks like the truck didn't actually take on too much damage there. All on his own, got up, two-wheeled in, boom. Tires kept it from getting too nasty. And luckily, the dude, he's been here before in other forms of racing. He's tough, he's big, he's strong, and he definitely can take a bit of a beating. Boom. The tires save it, flip that truck upside down. Look at these guys coming together, really cutting into the grass right there. They have to do it, because if you don't, the next guy's going to cut it even farther on you.
Here it is.
Forced to do it. Look at, here is Harlan.
No, no!
Oh,
It's squeezed at the last moment, and trucks scattering everywhere, including Cole Potts, who came in at a high rate of knots.
We're gonna have to see just exactly how that was. He got a little bump from Lyondike. Didn't really have anywhere to go. I don't think Lyondike was trying to take his line away. He was being smart going center up the ramp, and got into Harlan.
Here's the replay looking outside. So Lyondike comes down the corner. Harlan saw a gap there, and then Lyondike, they ran out of ramp basically, and lucky not to roll it any further.
He got so lucky on that one.
Very lucky. Look at Potts. Oh. He pulled out behind Brabham unsighted.
Wow. Wild ride right there. Here it is one more time. Two of them getting together a little bit.
It was milliseconds.
Yeah.
Reflexes would have even helped on that one. And watch Potts arrive on the scene here. Oh,
oh, watch him smoke those tires into braking, getting into 9.
Yeah, they unload that thing to the left a little bit. They go! Big wreck right there. That was Bo Lamastus, nowhere near making that turn. Gets it, just smokes. I think that was the side of Jacob. No, that was Ricky Johnson. Just smoked his own truck.
Punched him. He just center punched him. Man, that was one of the biggest shots we've seen all weekend. Here it is again.
I mean, some 10 car lengths back, didn't hit the brakes until another 40 or 50 feet after Jacob and Ricky. I mean, I don't know where he was going with that one, but certainly not around the turn.
He's lucky he hit him not in the door, but in the bed.
Yeah. Oh, man.
from Gavin Harlan in the closing stages of race number 11.
Oh, this is difficult for Matty Brabham, and he goes 2 wheels, the Joey Chitwood stunt show, up into the wall, does his own fiberglass work. I hear he's doing that moonlighting little fiberglass in the off time. Gets a truck back around Matty Brabs. Boy, these trucks are tough, but not as tough as Matt Brabham. Gets 2 wheels off that ramp. Caution of race number here in No Limits, Texas, as here's a replay of Matty Brabs. Oh! Like he's doing a stunt show there. Hood up over his eyes. DeVilbus, number 83, couple of barrel rolls there, 4 or 5 at least. And here we are on board. He's like, I can't see, but I'm going to keep on going because that's who I am. That's the type of guy I am. And you look at that. Boom, boom, boom. I think 4 or 5 of them. And right back down in the first gear. Brings it around. And look at this one, Matt Nolte. What a wild ride. Yeah, I gotta say that.
He's broken something coming across the ramp right in front of us, and he's in the wall.
Greg Gardner in that Toyo Tire Clipsal 500 sponsored number 500 truck, who's got the replay right here off the big Traxxas jump.
Oh, it's gonna be an
looking
awkward landing.
not too bad. And then just things unfold. Oh,
goodness me!
Oh heavens!
That is enormous. That's rolled over, and that exceeds Sheldon Creed's effort at Adelaide this year.
Olympic Park, you just saw one of the gnarliest crashes we've seen here in Stadium Super Truck history. As you see him get into the wall there. Another replay. Oh boy. I'm lost for words on that one, Matt. That was a really gnarly crash. Hopefully Greg is in good shape. You see him again.
It's the landing the first time, isn't it? What's
Get
this?
sideways, and then the sidewalls of the suspension unload, spin him right over, not using any suspension to land, landed right on the side of that roll cage. That was a hard hit for Greg Gardner.
And, of course, Moto 2 here coming in with that points lead was Jarrett Brooks, a total of 15. Then it was Robbie Gordon and Matty tied up at 13. Matty down to the inside of Stout. Hard contact with Stout turns him over.
Up on his side. And there's Bo LaMassa sliding.
Bill Hines as well. Stout still on his side over there.
Yellow is out in the corner. And we can't see.
You can't see the driver. First thoughts is to make sure the driver is okay there, laying on the driver's side. So we'll find out. We'll get some safety over there to him just as quickly as possible. As we talked about, these trucks are very strong and as safe as a racing vehicle can get, but that doesn't mean things can't go wrong. Way to the inside, really lost the arc. That opens up the bottom, tries to pull it back over. Gavin tried to make a pass. Cletus getting back into him there as he tried to gather it back up. Gavin Harlan, Robert Stout battled at Mid-Ohio as tight as anybody can race. Both trucks came back without a scratch. He's an extremely talented and clean driver, does not drive people hard or dirty. And wow, as soon as I say that, absolute chaos ensues between Gavin Harlan and Cletus. I'm not sure who that was behind him. It might have been Ryan Bead. We'd have to go back and take another look. Known for the saying, hell yeah, brother, as we go back and look again. And man, that was a massive hit out of the 55 truck that really started that whole chain reaction. Man, I'm just flabbergasted, to be quite honest with you. And Ryan Beat was that third truck in there, had to check up.
And he's going to finish this lap. We've got a red flag. We've got one on its lid.
And that's Dave Casey by the look of the G-Technics entry. 1-2-1. That's down at the hairpin, down at turn number 11. So he's upside down into 1-2-1 entry. And Paul Wheel pulls up for a look. Or is there more to this? There's a bit of panel on the back there. That's off the roof. One would think. Let's come off the 1-2-1s.
You can see he's out of the truck, which is good to see.
That's a good sign. Looking at the rear of that truck, you can see the bar has been pushed in on there as well. We're going to take a little replay of this now, heading down towards turn number 11. So that's Richardson going along the distance. So, yeah, it's a bit more than a small incident. I'm not going to guess on how many rolls that time because I was highly criticised for that one at Darwin.
We might have a rear shot of it here too, mate. It looks like it's just locked the rears on the way in and then it's just gripped up on the side grip. It's just turned itself over and barrel rolled a few times. A nasty couple of rollovers there, and we've seen the driver get out, so that's great news. But certainly a lot of bite on the car, and it just pitched itself over.
It's the sound of it on the bitumen too. That's in real time and landing hard on its roof.
On the gas, here we go. Oh, big crash. Zoe Edenholm had to check up just a little bit, and Max got into the back of her, had nowhere to go.
And heavy damage to that pink number 21 of Zoe Edenholm. Tough break for her, the young racer. And you can see the damage to Max's truck too. Look at the front end of Max's truck as he tries to stop it. He's going to overshoot one and goes right into the runoff area through the barriers down there. heavy damage to that one, to his truck as well.
The fence has come down here on the front straightaway, so I'm sure that they'll have to fix that fence.
Yeah, there's a look at it right there. You can see the fence has been ripped apart. Here's a look at the replay. Oh yeah, you can see as soon as she wow, look at that truck get up into the fencing. And Max, as you pointed out, Ken, with absolutely nowhere to go, literally drove right up underneath her, and that's where his hood got ripped apart, and there it goes as it comes off the truck.
Yeah, he was already setting up for a pass. He was going to try to get on the inside of that, and unfortunately, when she landed, like I say, the truck went hard to the left.
And then here he is at turn
Max
one,
trying to gather that thing up. It looks like the front tires. So a little puff of smoke there off the front tires, but doing everything he could do to get that thing stopped. The rear tires locked up. Just could not get it stopped quite quick enough. No harm, no foul into the tire barriers there. The same team up, and we've got one on its lid up against the K-rail. And it looks like the window net is down. That's a great sign, of course, right off the bat. Looks like it might be a Continental Tire truck. Tough to tell from that vantage point just who it is. And, of course, always a great sign as the driver digs his way up out of there. We've got a replay here of what happened here. See if we can get a little something.
Oh, boy. Yes, sir. These tight corners, you really take it in there, all that power to the ground, you get it up on two wheels, and it's going to take you right over, and it did.
Now here the footage is pretty much lost, or maybe it's deleted from Stadium Super Trucks, but here in 2016 during the Detroit race, Matt Mingay was driving the Safecraft safety truck and unfortunately hit the curb, and that pretty much just sent him into the wall, and that pretty much ripped open the roof, and unfortunately with that it actually broke his jaw, and yeah, and he was laying on the track just like that. And as Bill Hines would say, he thought he was dead pretty much. It was a very serious accident, and it did take a lot of time for Matt to recover, but thankfully he would end up recovering and surviving the accident, and would even come back in 2020 in Adelaide and coming back driving the iconic Hot Wheels truck he would always drive. And some of the footage is, like I said, it was lost, but the footage I'm using is actually from the documentary from Matt Mingay's YouTube channel. So I'll leave a link down below, and I'll leave a card up in the corner if you want to watch it. I highly recommend it. It's actually really good, and of course it's free, so hopefully you can enjoy that. That's gonna be the top 10 list, so if you liked it, please give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.